Hey guys, what's up? We are going to do a live stream here. I'll show my graph of the hands that I've played up until this point, even though it's kind of pointless. But you guys always seem to enjoy it, so once we're live and we got some people watching and tuning in, I'll show you where we are at right now with the challenge. Playing some 5-9 now today. Kind of feel like taking a chill. Also, like the problem with streaming 1K, like if I can get, or 1K and up, is that it's usually hard to get 4 tables going. Unless you're willing to play heads up a ton, which I have not studied ever. And also, I don't barely get any rake back from the Netherlands here in my Dutch account, so yeah, it just seems like a pain. So I just play some 5-9 now. Also, I haven't played much poker recently. I've been working on a lot of big projects for Nacha's CFP. And we're rolling those out right now, which is pretty cool. So I'm hopeful that I get to play some more poker myself. We'll leave this table. Trying to get some more tables going, but it's a bit rough. Realize now that I'm on my Wi-Fi, which is pretty slow. Not sure if it will be strong enough to sustain my connection. Let me see what this is. Tempted to bet here. Could check, I could bet. I rolled low, let's just check, I guess, but either way is fine. We're going to have plenty of random hands here. We're going to have some missed draws. We're going to have some missed hearts, missed spades. 9, 10, queen 10. I don't want to sport in my graph yet. Although I want to be clear, like the graph, like I've played 10k hands in the challenge up until now. The graph is, yeah, that's 10k hands, right? Like, I don't know. I think I'm going to bet here. Got a gut shot to go with my pair. Also, top pair probably good. Average half, but I think we just fold. Let's see if we're online. We're live, I guess I should say. Online is such a boomer way of saying we're live. Let's go down there. I prefer to either double him up or... Oh, that's not going to happen, it seems like. This is gross. Oh, this is 1k. Okay, I don't want to play 1k. I'm getting less tables instead of more. What book bets? It works. It's great. Hey, how does rakeback on GG work in the Netherlands? Also, do you have to tax? So, the way it works is you don't have to pay any tax if you play on GG. GG pays it for me, basically, and in exchange I get less rakeback. So, the normal rakeback that you have on GG, I get like, I don't know. I'm not sure like how much less I get in that specific, but overall I'm getting like roughly half of what I used to get in Andorra when I lived there last year. So yeah, it's not great. I'm not sure if this is. I think you should close your hand to note. Sure, like I'm allowed to have hand to note open though. Like this is just my. I'll show you. Give me a second because otherwise there's going to be confusion. This is the graph of the challenge up until now. There's no hands in here. Just to show you of like other players. This is an alias of the, but it's automatically built because I'm still working on this. Also, it's useless kind of because there's not enough hands in there. But these are the players. So like I don't have any data mining or something like that running, nor would I when playing on GG. So no worries about that. I kind of wanted to show the graph, which is why I didn't open. And you're allowed to have hand to note open, by the way. It's not capturing any hands. It's not doing anything nefarious. It's just yeah, there to show the graph. Up 10k. This looks a lot better than it is. Because in big blinds, I just ran good at 2k and 1k, and a little bit worse at 500, I think. This is the blinds. So up 5 buy-ins, which is good. Can't complain there. Which is like 6.5 big blinds per 100 hands. Definitely not sustainable, I think, for me at least. Like we gotta be realistic on GG. The win rates are like pretty average rate is like minus 1.3, minus 1.7 in that region. I like the overbet here. We are going to call. We will have to lead a reasonable amount of turns. This not necessarily being one of them because he's going to have slightly more King 10 than I do, although he should be checking a ton of it back, which he's probably not doing. So, we will click call here. It's a bit annoying because I'm getting fucked sometimes by King 10. or a flush there. Jesus Christ. Can I edit it? I can't edit. Okay, whatever. I've been trying to get this pin comment. If you're like, why this good dude starting a stream and then like he's typing on Discord? I wasn't typing on Discord. I'm trying to put a link out for my newsletter, which I'm going to share the first article on next week. This is going to be leads. On the top right, because we are going to basically he's c-betting a bunch of stuff, and we're going to call a lot of hands that contain a 7 and fold a bunch of air that he needs to c-bet. So yeah, that's interesting. He goes quite large, which is suspicious. We have a hand that just wants to call. Gotta give him the credits for having the balls to find a raise there. From out of Simnick, he's a pretty good player. We'll try to. Try to get some more tables. Let's just see if we can just open sit. Also, I'm playing some heads up with this dude. earlier. I'm very understudied in heads up, so just because he's Swedish, I'm tempted to just rip it in here. All options seem reasonable there. The fuck is this kind of music? This is like, oh, hard to deal with. I'm trying to. It's a bit too much for me. Okay. That's a bit out of line on the turn by him. I think ace 8 doesn't really want the bet there. Flop also a little out of line, but okay. How many tables is this dude playing? White mill. White mill. Could go with a bunch of different strategies here. I'm going to go with small, I think. Because this guy seems okay. At least I've tagged him as okay. I'm getting 3-bet here by Zoltan. Overbetting the turn on the left. Actually not overbetting the turn. Could go do anything there. I'm going to check back. When the straight closes, we are not as interested in overbetting anymore. Because we don't have the nut advantage. Basically your pocket queens or ace jack is not like suddenly super happy to go 3 streets and be all in by the river. This sizing doesn't really make a lot of sense. We'll go and raise. Doesn't mean that he can't have value. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's funny, the first newsletter I'm going to send, I spent like 2 days working on it. Did a lot of research. The goal is for it to be like kind of a beefy, nerdy newsletter with a bunch of data in it to underline certain concepts that I think are interesting related to poker and poker strategy. And one of them, like the next one is going to be specifically on bet sizes on the river. That's some pretty cool insights, so. Okay. Let's go ahead and we could bet, we could check. I think the cards are low enough that I want to bet, but this is kind of whatever, I guess. Clear check. I just want to see, like, did we... Oh, okay, recall. Kind of depends on whether we... what the formation there is. Like, did we call from the button or did we open on the button? If you open on the button, it's just a clear call. Sometimes all we can do is call and lose. That's life. Oh wait, my wife is calling me. Let me see. Hey. Oh wow.
Is ijsmachine.
Ja, de ijsmachine is er. Ik ben nu aan het streamen, dus ik kom zo even beneden, goed?
Ik dacht, dit wil je vast weten, maar ik wist niet dat je aan het streamen was.
Ja, geen probleem.
Ik denk niet meteen, maar goed. Zeg maar weer dag papa.
Dag papa.
Dag, papa.
Even opgaan.
My daughters were calling me. But one of those Ninja Creamies. So it's kind of an ice machine or something like that. So they were telling me they arrived and whether I would want to go downstairs and get some ice cream with them or make some ice cream with them, but obviously I'm here with you guys gambling, so what's not to love? Why spend quality time with your family if you can just gamble it up on the internet? Oh yeah, I wanted to see like that guy. How many tables is he playing? What is it? Is he still playing? Or did he leave? He left already, I think. Calling sometimes, raising sometimes, folding might be reasonable. It depends on like how aggressive he is. And for bet this time, it's kind of iffy because people like. I actually prefer calling or folding here because most people are going to miss the 3-bets. But this guy seems to be okay. Jesus, what the fuck is this kind of music? Like, right now, okay. He's playing 9 tables. So probably knows what he's doing. Attempting to call here, but like 18 big blinds is not deep enough, I think. Don't think we can make this work. Probably can't see the value at the bottom left there. It's tempting, but let me check. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to vibe code my way out of that. I'm checking it as we speak. Thanks for letting me know. What do you think about the full ring anti-games? I think they're pretty good. Probably a reasonable option. If I was playing lower, I would be inclined to play them more often. They're a different game. Like, the annoying thing is you have these waves in the afternoon. Sometimes there's like 6 of these tables, sometimes there's like 3, like there are right now. And so even if I were to mix stakes, which would be fine, then I need to supplement it with either a third stake, or I would need to... I guess I'm checking here and falling down. Or I'd need to supplement it with 6 max, and then you don't get into the leaderboard, and the other rakeback is kind of shitty in the Netherlands, so yeah. I guess we will call. Wow. He did manage to win a minimum, which is good. So I think they're pretty good. If you're playing at like peak hours or around peak hours at higher stakes, then probably makes sense to study them. I think the win rates are going to be higher. Basically the win rates are the same pre-rake back, but because the rake is higher, the win rates are going to be higher. You get a higher standard deviation though, so that's something to take into consideration. And if you get a significantly higher standard deviation, then it's not actually making you more money, if that makes sense. Because you'd need a bigger bankroll as well. So think of it like this. Let's say the standard deviation is as high that effectively the swings are similar to you playing one limit higher, but now you're playing one limit lower, but for double the win rate, then you effectively could be playing one limit higher at 6 max and have the same amount of swings. It's the same reason why PLO should be, if you're playing PLO just financially, right? Like you'd need a higher win rate to justify playing it, because otherwise you can just play 6 max no limit hold'em. Because you'd need a bigger bankroll, you'd go through larger swings, and you need to be compensated for that. Let me see what's going on here. We call this, that's a bit of a... Oof. That's a funny river. I'm going to call here because it's such a small 3-bet, but I'm not super thrilled about it. I'm not entirely sure if this... it's... So many cards can give me a strong hand here. We will just call. There's nothing else to do. I guess he's not folding queens of a shove here, if that makes sense. Or whatever overpair you can have. It's a good river. We might get a call here. Because of the fact that he might think we split. See if we can river him again. Oof, so close. I'm not sure here. We win a stack there, which is good. Do we just call it here? We get 3.5 to 1 or something like that, so I guess we call and then just never fold if we hit a pair. And now we gotta fold. This is too wide. King 9 shouldn't really be in there. In the meantime, I'm trying to fix like the newsletter thing. I should have checked, like I already have like a bunch of subscribers, so I didn't think this would be an option. It's not working, I mean. Okay, it's building, the fix is building, it takes like a minute or so. We have a straight flush. Oh no, I was like, do I have a straight flush here? But we missed the 5. I was interested because I might be getting a bad B jackpot or something like that. Okay, let me see if it's fixed now. Still not working. Bit greedy, but this seems to be recreational, so I just want to get as much money in as possible, as quickly as possible. Oh, versus 40%, I think I'm folding. Yeah. Spade is good, but like the 6s can't be very good, I think, there. Because of the fact that, like, sometimes we turn a river straight and that straight is gonna be bad. I'm going to check range here after 3-betting queens. Getting a small bet. No reason to raise here. I don't have a diamond in my hand. Also, I could have a straight, he could have a set, he could have a flush. Like, we need to check all flushes here quite often. Because if we're, let's say we're check raising every flush, then after check calling, he will have flushes and we don't. And that will make life very easy for him. So we need to check call a lot. But like, if I had ace king of we're on the pots. Jack 10 is pretty decent bet. He should have some jacks and some tens. Also, I've got 2 overcards versus. Oof, that's gross. I don't know him, so I'm going to give him credit here and fold. That's a tough one. Still trying to debug my newsletter thing. Super tilting. Oh, it's settings. Here it is. API. API. Dear Lord. I understand the issue now. And this is going to be a high frequency check raise. Do I have something in here? Range checking the turner. It's a very good turn. Flop, sorry. Trying to get this sorted here. Needing to verify my ID. Okay. Basically, the newsletter service that I'm using wanted to verify my ID, which is why it wouldn't accept subscriptions. Okay, we got it. Ah. Okay, I think I fixed it, but it needs a minute to load now. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Trying to get everything sorted here. It's a bit annoying, like having to do that on stream. I also lost a little bit in the meantime. Not an awful lot I could do about it, but it's annoying having to play when you're focused on something else. But I want to fix this as well, so it's one of those things. Hopefully it's fixed now. Okay, I think it should be working. Let me see. Okay, that is built. Take some time. You're in. Nice. Okay, fucking hell. That's great. Okay. It works. Please subscribe to my newsletter now. Spent like 30 minutes fixing it on stream. So do me a solid and help me out here. Yeah. If you're interested in like nerdy data stuff where someone went probably a little bit too deep into a nerdy poker thing, then this is going to be your newsletter. If you don't really like that, then probably don't subscribe, because it will be a bit longer. Also, I promise like zero spam. I won't like at any point like go and tell you to, unless it's like in the newsletter itself, like in the bottom I'll have like a call to action, but I'm not going to use the newsletter to tell you that I've got a sale going on anywhere, which is probably something I should be doing because it would make me more money, but I won't. So that's that. You don't have to worry of like getting a bunch of only 7 days left for this magical sale that we will do next month as well. Okay, 15 bets. How are we doing overall now? So we are down a bit, like a buy-in or so. I have 4 bet here. I could fold here if he's not 4-betting enough, which most players are not. It's mixing anyway. I'll go fold. Like, I'm going to mix here. Let me know if the newsletter works, by the way. gonna check what time it is because I'm going to go downstairs in roughly an hour or so. Quick calls, I'm just going to bed. Getting a ton of quick falls there on the turn. Timing tell is like very obvious. It's basically free money to bet any two. So like I had a gut shot there. Obviously I'm going to bet a gut shot, but you can bet anything there. Nice, I'm really happy that that's fixed. I'm going to bet small here. Alright. Let's see if we can get some action here. Playing 4 tables right now. This guy does not know how to play poker, which is good. It seems like kind of a shitty table, to be honest. Easy fold here. Then got plenty of stuff I can check raise, like Queen Jack with a heart. Jack 9, perhaps even before this. I guess this is like the not low in my range. Don't use fast keys. Okay, explain your thoughts on the bet 40 on the turn with the flush draw. Seems like a pretty decent card for my range. It's a good question. I don't know, like, it's heads up, so I have no fucking clue about heads up. Let me be straight there. I think it was heads up. But one very simple way to look at this. Wait, this is my connector encoder. Oh wait, I don't have internet now. Why do I have not internet? Internet is lagging. Are we working? Doing something? Okay, I think we're good. Sort of. Okay. Okay, we should be good. Okay, sorry. So typically the way it works is if the turn card interacts with villain's folding range a lot, then you get to bet at a higher frequency. Wait, is that the right one? Heads up. Yeah, turn jack. Yeah, so flop was queen high. The flop I wasn't sure of, but I thought we probably could go polar there, so my hand is okay to go polar. Let's go polar. Again, I've not studied heads up, so I could be wrong there. Then he calls. Like, the question is, what does he call with? Well, he calls us with a bunch of one pair hands, right? He calls us with some hands that connect with the lower region, like some gut shields, some other straight draws perhaps, open enders. He calls us with some sets. He calls us with the occasional backdoor. He calls us with some ace highs. So considering all of that range, like the jack probably doesn't really interact with that, right? Like there's maybe the occasional king jack that is calling, but we block that. So because the turn doesn't interact with this flop calling range, but rather interacts with this flop folding range, I think I get the bet quite often. So I decided to go b40 and just bet very frequently and just put a lot of his random one pair hands, like his lower pairs. Let's say he has like pocket sevens there, it's like kind of a gross spot, and I want to make a hand like pocket 7's indifferent there, I think. Again, I have no idea about heads up, but that's kind of roughly how it would work in 6 max, I think. What happened here? Got a min 3. Oof, this is gross. I think I'm folding if he bets. Don't I use fast keys? Yeah, I actually have fold keys. But I'm just playing 4 tables right now, so I can manage without. It's kind of a... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a bit lazy in my end, not using the hotkeys, or the opposite, I'm not sure. Let's just bluff the river there. Could be a worse spot to bluff, I think. This is actually a range check. I almost accidentally overbet there, which would be really bad. He insta checks back. The way this works is once it goes check, 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 and now we're on the river, we know that the pool's not betting often enough here, which means that your weakest check raises, something like this, are incentivized to bet themselves. Wow. Could have been worse, I guess. Like, insta checks back on the turn, which is good for him on balancing his time. GG there, but yeah, like raising the river should be a consideration, even though I overbet. It's like a very discontinued line. I probably would have been tempted to call, to be honest, if he had raised, so... Probably going to wrap up in a couple minutes. Because I'm going to go downstairs and have a few drinks with my family who's visiting. Both my sisters, so that should be fun. Let's just hit leave next week month. We're down a little bit. Just a reminder, this is the graph up until now for the challenge. Basically no graph because we only played 10k hands. We did make it 1% into the challenge though. And I'm going to finish it. It will take me some time. Like most of my days I spent right now either playing poker myself, coaching poker, sometimes playing poker but not as much anymore, creating content, making videos, preparing group calls, doing one-on-one calls. So a lot of it is coaching right now. I really like playing poker still. If you ask me how would you want to spend your days, coaching or playing, it would probably be playing. It's just that the games are kind of shitty during the day, which plays a role. And over the years I've built quite a big coaching company already, so yeah, playing from the Netherlands with less rake back during the day, or coaching and making sure that the business is doing well, and all the obligations that come with that. Yeah, oftentimes I prefer doing that. Maybe in a couple of years I'll be playing full time again or something like that. In 3-4 years or something like that. I could see that happen. Yeah, I could see that happening. But right now I've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, which actually the main reason I'm going downstairs right now is because if you were around earlier, they called me because this ice machine arrived and they asked me if I wanted to make ice cream with them. So I'm going to make ice cream with my 2- and 3-year-old, which no coaching, no playing poker, no experience that I have here in this office is going to make up for. Not if I make, even if I would make $200, $300 an hour clicking buttons at 2.5 here, I would still just go downstairs right now because that amount of money, or any amount of money at this point, is not really going to have a massive impact on my financial well-being. It's just going to end up on the pile of money that I've already got, without being yeah, I don't want that to come across as arrogant, but that's just the way it is. If this was my first 100k that I would be making or something like that, then sure. But yeah, at this point, not so much anymore, and then the experience that I get with my kids is going to be more important right now. Anyway, I'll be around either tomorrow or the day after, and I'll grind a full day. I'm really looking forward to that. It's probably going to be the day after, because tomorrow we have this festival kind of thing going on in our city center with a lot of live music, so I might just go there, have a couple of beers with the kids, and have some fun. But we'll see. For now, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to sign up to the newsletter if you're interested in that.